Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. I wanted to show you guys this grape monomer I got from a cart. I think I've used it in another video, but I did post my videos a little bit out of order. As you can see, I'm still wearing these purple nails in this one. But it took me a minute to edit this one, or to be interested in editing this one, because it's just swatches, but I do have, finally, a year later, the remainder of my chisel swatches for you guys. So what I'm showing you here is this OM78B and OM78A. Because I'm going to tell you about how Chisel does their collections. So there's the OM collection, which means ombre. So this A and B are supposed to go together. So OM78A is one of their collection. Then they have some that are just have their own names. Like American is their white color. Don't know why. They have their solid collection. They have their neon collection. They have a glow collection. They have a glitter collection. So they have collections like, you know, brands do. One thing about Chisel that I've noticed is their jars aren't the best. They leak, they make a mess when you open them, and that's what I was showing you here. So OM66A is supposed to have 66B, meaning those two go together. And I don't think I have 66B, but I did have that 78A and B, and you saw that brown and purple. I wouldn't ombre those together, personally. So when I learned that about this brand, that's what OM means, is the colors are supposed to go together, ombre these two together, etc. And I was a new tech. I basically taught myself on Chisel. Pardon me. I had used other little acrylics, whatever I got off Amazon or whatever, but I hadn't bought any not polished yet. Chisel was what my local nail supply sold, so that's why I came up with such. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. See how this. If you have monomer in your dish, just turn it upside down. There's a little trick I do, because that will sink, that will be in your monomer. I always will put my monomer that I'm going to use in one of these bottles. I got these at my local nail supply also, and I mean local in Tucson. Also, these in red where I've written on the bottom of these jars, this was in my beginner years. This is not a soft white, this is just white. And I want you to see how not too well mixed and chalky this looks, but watch how buttery it goes on. I mean, it's like any white, but it's super pigmented. Oh wait, this is super white. I also have a white and a milky white. This one's definitely super white, but look how buttery it is. Anyway, when I first learned that OM meant to ombre, then I did buy one or two that were supposed to go together. And I quickly learned, no, I wouldn't ombre those together, so I quit doing that. So basically, I have not, when I was buying these at the nail supply store, I didn't buy all of the solids, or not all of the solids, but like in particular, shop in the solids, or shop in the ombre, or neon, or whatever. They had huge rings of swatch sticks, and I would get whatever color I wanted. So that's how I ended up with these. And I was actually glad to swatch the other half. I'm going to link in the cards the first video where I swatched my other chisels. So this is about half of my collection, and the other half is in another video that I, again, will link here. I loved swatching them because it made me remember I have some beautiful colors from them, and look how they operate. Very similar to Not Polish or any other premium brand. Sometimes, though, like I do come across a purple. Usually it's their purples that marble. And when I say marble, I mean it's really hard to blend them out, or they don't blend out. That's been my experience. Some of their like periwinkles and purples. But this color and that super white, like when I was done with these swatches, I kept this color and that super white out, and I did a pink and white. Because I don't know if you guys encounter this, but whenever I've had to do a pink and white ombre in the past on a client, or just for whatever reason, I love this color. I don't know why. It's like a bone or an ivory, and I just think it's amazing. I don't know why. Anyway, it's hard to figure out what pink do I use with the white, because if it's too sheer of a pink, you're not going to cover the white. You're going to have a harsh line. If it's too pigmented, you're going to cover the white. Like, it's kind of hard to figure out what pink and white to use, what pink to use for pink and white. And I don't know, because I swatched them one right behind the other, it made me think, I wonder how these would work for a pink and white. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was perfect. So if I ever do a pink and white, I'm going to use those. So yeah, I was glad to swatch these. I have some really, really, really beautiful colors. It made me remember how I should be picking these up and using them more. And I did use the white for a set actually last night. But it was a set that, so NOTPOLISH sent me that gummy collection, like I mentioned to you guys, the jelly gel polishes. Jelly meaning sheer, if you know what I mean by jelly, like the sheer gel polishes. And they're beautiful. And my idea was, and I'm still going to do this, was since it's still Pride Month, to do a white set with using those gels, all the different colors, with croc on the nails. So a white set with, and here's the purple that marbled. And I left it on my swatch stick like this, marbled. I didn't try so hard to correct it or cover it up, because when I'm looking at colors that I want to use, I want to know that this is one that marbles before I pull it down and decide to use it. You see what I mean? Obviously, if you work smaller and wetter, this probably would have blended out, though, by the way, because this was a really big bead. And you can see where I add monomer and get it wet and blend it, it does blend out. But anyway, what was I saying? A white set with rainbow croc. So I can do another Pride set, I can use those gels, etc. So I decided, oh, well, and I've been feeling stiletto lately. I also let you guys know that last video, I think. Oh, what a great idea. I can use NOTPOLISH's Press-X kit and pull out the long stilettos, and that can be different content. I can show you guys how to do a Press-X set, you know, full cover gel tips, apply those, and do the white on that. And I'll use Thicky Gel. I'll use the white Thicky Gel. Like, I'll totally do a gel set from start to finish. And so I did. I applied them, but I did the pop-off method. And I was recording it, you know, for content. And I had the white Thicky Gel that NOTPOLISH, I think it's called Lechera. Probably saying that wrong. It's Spanish for leche, which is white, I think. And the full cover tip already has its shape. You can wear it just with gel polish, so I didn't need to build anything. But as soon as I put on the Thicky Gel, it looked so flat, like a cockroach. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to add more. I need to add an apex. And I felt like I had to add so much, and it took so much time. Whereas that Thicky Gel, I use it every week. I love it. It's what I keep on my nails, that or the Young Nails Hard Gel. And it's definitely what I do my pedicures with. It's so easy to use. I love the Thicky Gel. And so look how buttery this acrylic is. This acrylic is really nice, you guys. If you haven't tried Chisel, you can get it on Nail Company Wholesale Supply. Like, if you don't have a local nail supply carrier, just by the way. Anyway, so after the thumb, when I was done applying the thumb, because that was how I started, I was like, no, I'm switching to acrylic. And then I did acrylic, white acrylic, on the rest of my fingers. Then I started filing them. I filed the thumb, super easy because it was gel. I started filing the index, and before I was finished with the index, it popped off. And I remembered I have my pop-off method on, but not my pop-off hack, where I glue the tip on first. So I forgot, after all this time, that when you do a pop-off and try to file, they will pop off. So see how this one's called Solid 178. Here's what was always confusing to me about Chisel. So they have their white. Like if you're a nail tech and you're working in a salon and you're going to buy bulk or larger than these 2 ounces, they sell like their most popular pink, clear, the American, which is white, in those larger containers. And so it's called, so you go to the nail supply store or online and buy American for your white, clear for your clear, etc. OM223 or whatever it is for their pink. It's not called pink. It's not called white. However, that was just a white, as you could see. And it was kind of a milky white, but more of a white. And it was called OM327, like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell. Or that was a milky white, and this is a white. You see what I mean? And these are not called white or American or yeah, so really you have to have like a swatch ring. I imagine these would be really hard to buy online unless you already knew what colors you wanted, because for me, standing in the nail supply store where I had a whole wall of them to look at and colors could grab my eye, and then I could grab the swatch sticks and compare, like look at that purple, etc. So see how I've labeled this white? This one is white, and it's called American, you see. But the one I did right before that was called whatever number it was, and it was like a milky white. So you wouldn't know that unless you have swatch rings or you've bought them already. Look at this. Look at this acrylic. So nice. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Yeah. So they popped off. They popped off right away, and I realized, well, I can't do this. I can't even finish filing because these are just going to pop off, pop off, pop off, and I can't keep adding gel to these, because that's how you apply them, you know, is with the gel, and I'm going to have to keep filing it out from underneath because there was a wad of gel, of course, under the tip. So I can't put those back on until I remove that, and that was just going to become too much. So I am going to do the same set, but on my practice hand. I haven't decided if I'm going to do white gel polish and do the design on that, or if, and this is a purple white, but it's just called Glow 7. Because I think these are more for working techs and salons to buy. So that's always my impression. I've seen these in salons multiple times, actually, but in the larger containers. So anyway, that was a fail. But I will be showing you guys the gummy collection. It's beautiful. The polishes are thick, but still... what's the word? Like the consistency. Oh, they're just great. They're gorgeous. There's no streaks of pigment. They're clear, crystal clear. You can see right through them, but they're pigmented nice. So, of course, I'm going to make a short where I swatch them, and so you guys will probably see the short swatches. But I'm not doing like a quote-unquote unboxing. But then right behind that, I'll be using them in a set. So you guys will be able to see them. And when I do post that set, probably like 4 or 5 videos from now, actually, though, I'll show you the swatches so you can see the whole line, all the colors, like up close and everything. They're gorgeous. They're like jewel tones. Or, no, they're like primary tones. But there's like this teal blue. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So now I'm going to have to come up with designs to use gels for, because I really want to use them. They're so pretty. Let's see what else is going on. I was just going to tell you guys something. How are you guys? How is everyone? Look at this pink. That's what I was going to mention. With NOTPOLISH's Father's Day sale, they have 25% off. So I placed an order for some acrylics that I need to replace, like some that I'm low on. And then I actually found some colors I don't have. So I did grab some of those. And my e-file will be in that package. I let Tao know, hey, by the way, since, well, because the whole reason that I had to reach out to her was because I had already used the code. And then my e-file broke, like literally a couple hours later. So I sent her my order number so she could send them, put the e-file in that box so she doesn't have to pay shipping separate. My point about all of that is I will unbox that for you guys. So I'll have an unboxing, swatching, e-file, etc. video for you guys also. Then I'll have the sunflower video, the tri ombre video, and something else I still can't remember. Oh yeah, right, the black nails. I was just talking about those. The black licorice matte. I just had to do those. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but this color right here is one of my favorite all-time colors. Remember I told you I put a couple aside that I wanted to use? I don't know why. It's just blue, it's gray, it's green, it's so gorgeous. And you know what, too? For the most part, most of my chisels, I don't have these colors in NOTPOLISH. Now, there is a neon purple that, I can't remember if I swatched it in this one or if it's one that I swatched in my last one. But when I had, I can't even remember what purple set I did where I used... I cannot think of the name of it. Any other day, I can absolutely think of the name of it. the purple in Not Polish. Purple Haze is in my mind, but that is not the right color. Anyway, it matched exactly. I remember thinking, so what I'm trying to say, without using all these weird words, I'm so sorry, you guys, is out of all my chisel and all my Not Polish, only one of my chisel is like a duplicate for a Not Polish. The rest of them are unique colors that I don't have in Not Polish, which is surprising because that happened completely organically, except for white, you know. White, milky white, and purple white. I have those, of course. But like this color right here, I don't have in Not Polish. I have something similar, close to, but not this. So I do need to learn to start grabbing these and using them more. So you guys, let me know in the comments if you have ever tried Chisel, if you have any, if you've ever noticed them in your nail supply. Oh, by the way, I used to pay $14 or $15 for each one of these 2 ounces at the nail supply. That's what I pay for my Not Polishes. Well, I pay $13. Usually I pay $13 for them on Nailco. But, so they're priced competitively, I would say, as well. So tomorrow is my doctor's appointment where I find out, look at this lilac, so pretty, where I find out if I can go see the grandkids. I don't know if my doctor's going to send me for another ultrasound to check on the blood clot, or if she's just going to kind of clear me. But that will also be clearing me for, like, to finish my dental work, to get my hernia surgery, which I don't know if I told you guys about that, and the whole devastating conversation I had with my surgeon. Basically, they can't do it here because the facilities are too small, not enough staff, not enough anesthesiologists, ICU unit, recovery, all of that. So, yeah, that was a letdown, but okay, I want to show you guys something. Was it this one? Okay, remember how, anyway, things are going to start moving now, I hope, as far as my health goes. So that's an update there. Jack is fine, Ness is fine, and I hope to go see those kids soon. We really want Anna and the kids and Nick, her boyfriend, to move here. So we're kind of hoping for that. So remember when I showed you guys in my liquid to powder ratio video that how it looks when your brush is dirty or your monomer is dirty, and I said that it looks like, it will seem like your brush doesn't want to saturate a bead. Like it'll pick up a bead, but it doesn't want to saturate it. Well, I started noticing that with my Kairose Sky brush with that blue color I just did, which is why you saw a bead on the table towel, because that bead didn't come out right, and then I saw on the second bead that it was starting to get dirty because it's not my towel and it's not my monomer. So no matter what colors I've been swatching here, my monomer is staying clean because, like I've told you guys before, I wipe it on the towel before I put my brush in the monomer. I'm super anal about wiping. I'm not perfect, I don't always do it, but 9 times out of 10 I do. So I knew it was my brush, which is why I changed brushes here. But when I get to, I believe it's a purple, the neon purple that I was talking about earlier, later on, I do keep that in so that I can show you what I mean, because it's a really good example, because the color is dark and you can really see. And I know 100% this has happened to you guys before. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it. Look at this color. And what is not coming on camera are all of the shimmers that are moving around as I'm applying this. Like, there's so much shimmer in it. I show it to you here, and I do top coat it later. I think maybe show it to you again, but you just couldn't even see. I have browns from Not Polish Andrea, but not this like rusty brown. Beautiful. That was too big of a bead. That's why I put that back down. Really pigmented acrylics sometimes don't, I feel like you have to pick them up a certain way. Like, instead of either bouncing or dragging your brush in the powder, you have to set it there and let it absorb. And I hadn't done that. So, some beautiful colors. I can't wait for fall, you guys. I know we just hit summer and I haven't even done like enough quote-unquote summer sets yet. I have so many bright colors that I want to use, and I'm going to keep, thankfully, being able to grab and get into my stuff. But here's that I was telling you about. But how bad I want to use some browns or do some fall sets is crazy. Alright, so the reason I pulled out a black here is because look at these two. Not Polish is on the left, Chisel's on the right. When I opened this black chisel, I was like, whoa, that is so pigmented, it's so black, holy smokes. Let me go get my black not polish, right? Okay, so here's chisel. I mean, you see how black it is, right? Oh my gosh. Here's not polish. Exactly the same. I could tell no difference, even though look how much darker this one looks. Literally, when I opened this, you guys, I was like, because black is black, right? I mean, if it's more pigmented, it might be harder to use even, or something, I don't know. But this was certainly messy. You'll see afterwards how messy my table towel was, but not my monomer. Guys, I mentioned this because I remember I was watching a content creator one time, like 2 or 3 years ago. Pretty big channel. And she was doing a set. And so look at this. First of all, real quick. Do you see how this color is OM73A? Not black. It doesn't say black on the... But look at my dish compared to my towel. I just want you guys to see this because I'm going to talk about this in a second. And I don't even have to wipe it out. I just put more monomer in it. I'm not bragging. Like when I say stuff like that, I'm saying stuff like that so that you guys can get a tip from me. Like I'm trying to be helpful and teach something. That's the only reason I'm saying that. But I am going to give you an example of something I saw that was absolutely atrocious that I could not believe. But anyway, it doesn't say black. And it was an OM color, which means it's an ombre. So I'd love to see OM77B. Like, what are you ombreing black with? So I learned to, again, not use their quote-unquote, this one matches that one ombre system. This is another one of those that has all that shimmer and it just gorgeous, and it's like that plum color. It just makes me want to, like, cozy up in a sweater with this color. Just like, ooh, so pretty. So anyway, I was watching this creator. Here's the purple that matches a purple I have from Not Polish, and also, I mean, it matches exactly. And also, do you see how my bead isn't saturating? It's not because I don't have enough monomer in my brush. It's simply not soaking through. So I'm like, okay, let me wet my swatch stick. No, it's still not going to pick up. See how I go in with a really wet brush and pick up kind of a smaller bead? See how the monomer never gets to the top? And so I'm going to go in with much less acrylic. But it's just because I swirled my brush around and rinsed it just a little bit that it even picked up that. But do you see that little bit on the top that just won't polymerize? That means your brush is dirty or your monomer is dirty. FYI, I wanted you guys to get a look at that because I had mentioned it in my one video and I tried to replicate it with clear and I could see it, but I don't know if you guys could actually see it. Anyway, she goes to get... This video is almost over, so I have to tell the story quick. She's doing a black set, and she says, oh, let me get my black monomer. And I remember thinking, what? And she pulls out a jar of monomer that has a lid on it that she's obviously, like, kept and put to the side, and it's obviously what she uses for black. And it was sludge, you guys. The bottom of the monomer dish had, I don't know, at least a ½ inch of black acrylic lurking down at the bottom. And she said something like, you know, black dirties your monomer, so you have to keep a separate monomer for... Like, I get that with glitter. Like, I have a separate monomer dish for glitter where I have this right here, where I have this filter in it. But the monomer's clean, though. Like, the stuff that's at the... Oh, my gosh, you guys, wow. It was literally crazy. And I had to stop watching that girl because I was like, you're teaching things wrong. You're literally teaching people to do something the wrong way. And why do you have that? Wipe your brush. That's all you have to do is wipe your brush to keep your monomer clean. Like, oh my gosh, it made me crazy. So there's like 3 more minutes left, I think. This color is beautiful. Don't know why I haven't used it. I just forget that I have them. And even after talking to you guys about this and saying this and meaning it, I mean it. I want to use these colors. Some of them are so beautiful. I got this one for Anna. This is not a color I would ever pick. She picked this color. And I don't think we ever did a set with it either. I remember going to the nail supply store with her and telling her, I want you to pick some colors. Anyway, even after saying that, I know darn well the next set I do, which is going to be white, I will tell myself to get my chisel white. And I'll go get my Not Polish. I talk myself out of it every time. And then I also tell myself, okay, let's just use white for an example. All right, Jen, the next time your not polished white runs out, instead of ordering a new one, use your chisel. And I agree. That's what I'm going to do. And the next time there's a sale, I'm like, oh, I need another white, and I order it. And it's not even because it's like an addiction to nail products, which that probably kind of is, lingering a little bit. Like, I love buying nail stuff, or an addiction to not polish, or I'm so loyal to them, I have to have it. None of that. I can't even explain it. It's like, of course I'm going to buy the not polish. Like, that's my favorite. But I love these chisels too. It's just so weird. This reminds me of Mystic. I think it's called Mystic White, or maybe just Mystic from Young Nails. So pretty. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to leave it here. I want to start a new topic and be in the middle of a sentence when this video cuts me off, which I don't know if you guys have watched any of my earlier videos, but I did used to do that because I didn't know how to see the time, and I was editing on an Android, and the video would just stop, and I'd be like, oh, dang. But there's no way I could, like, remember what I was saying. I'm like, people will understand. Like, if they want to be here, they want to be here, which is my total attitude about my channel. This is where I talk, and I'm free, and I talk to you guys, and I don't know, it works for me. I love that you guys are here. I love that some of you enjoy being here. I appreciate you all so much. And I think this is going to show you guys the final swatches. Yeah, here they are. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!